Good to see everybody again. You guys keep dialing up the weather, huh?
Our best.
It's amazing. I looked at it last night and I was like, man, there's no way we got to go inside. It was because we got rain, pretty heavy rain up here, and I didn't think it was going to happen. But then it was cleared up. Skies opened up. Must be the luck. So today you guys saw that Cole and Braxton didn't practice. Again, that's just precautionary. When guys feel a certain way, certain thing, they get with the trainers and just work on that so they can get ready for summer conditioning because that's coming up here pretty shortly. I know the guys are working on with the strength and conditioning staff right now in terms of their plans for the summer, and they're really individualized plans. So they do a great job with those guys. And I think our strength staff does an outstanding job. We have guys on the tables. We measure and do all these things with knowing their bodies. So when they come back, that there's always change because of the conditioning and making sure they're in balance. Because I think that balance and flexibility equals speed. So we're really big into that. So I think that the guys do a wonderful job in that, and guys are going to work on that. And I actually gave them, the three strengths. Give me your three strengths, and then also your three weaknesses that you need to improve on this offseason. It doesn't have to be physical. That can certainly be, mental. It could be emotional. It could be a lot of things that you're working on as being just a whole person. So we got those to the coaches, and they got them back to the coaches today, and I'll be able to have a chance to look at those. And then really just ask the guys to really just to define their style, define what their game is. And that's really just a conversation piece to be able to work with the coach as he does his exit interview with his coach tomorrow. And I'll get a chance to look at those things during the course of tonight and tomorrow as well. And just to see if we're on the same page. Because the guy should be able to see if he says he's a cheetah and he's really a rhino, then it's not. We're not in the same ballpark. So we are working through that right now, and that's just being communication and having a good relationship with your partner and your coach. Be able to do that. And I asked the coaches to do it too. All the coaches are doing it for me, so they're gonna, what can they improve on? What do they feel their strengths are? What do they feel their style is? And I think that those are great conversation pieces that we can all have together, so we bring our team closer together, and then we're always investing, always improving, always growing everybody in the organization, players, staff, and coaches included. So I think that's the big process we go through this time of the year. And I thought the guys have done a really good job of building a base, during this off season, in terms of their hustle, their effort to the ball. That's improved on both sides. I can definitely see that, them buying into our style. Because we have a lot of new players, that are on the team, and that style is real. And they have to understand when they come into training camp that we're going to obviously have the ramp up that the NFL provides, and then we're going to start going. And the guys are excited about that, and they understand that what the standards are. So that's a big part of it. But with that, I'll open up to questions.
What's being cautionary about with Johnson?
Just if somebody feels something, somebody might feel something in their calf or their Achilles, whatever that is. I'm not naming body parts, but just whatever that might be. We're just precautionary. And Dre understands that it's this time of year, and that's what we do.
And you anticipate that both he and Komet will be good for conditioning?
I do.
It seems at times Caleb's holding it a while, going out of bounds. What's your read when that's going on?
Sometimes it's really good coverage. There's guys that have been around and been with each other for a while, so they understand our coverage concepts and how they complement each other, and they're on point in terms of that most of the time. So some of it's that, and then we just got to turn it into a scramble drill. So we have to make that real, because we will have some of that. He's very effective at that. Now, obviously, we want him to, drop back and process and deliver the ball, but he is remarkable when it comes to throwing the ball on the move. So we have to use that as a weapon for us, and that's going to be really good for our defense too.
You've talked a lot about the learning experiences for Caleb here. What was your view of the interception he threw, and then the next play getting up there and slinging the touchdown to Halas?
Yeah, it was great. So we talked about this. The last couple of times we've been up here is that the process and the exposure and the experimentation of the quarterback, and that ultimately leads to that whole evolution of what he feels he can and cannot do. Maine's a big guy in the middle, and that's an imposing figure in there, like we've had, the Chicago Bears have had in the past. And I think that's an important part of it. So he's probably going to play most of his opponents and be like, wow, that Mike's not very big. So he's going to be like that. But yeah, balls that are thrown late over the middle are usually they're usually put in harm's way.
Was your diagnosis of that similar to yesterday? I don't know if it was an unnecessary hitch, but what was it today?
Yeah, I think it was similar. I really do. I'm going to go back and look at it, but that's what we saw on the field.
Coach, watching Kyler and Keenan working the slot is really good matchup. Iron sharpening iron. What do you think Kyler can learn and improve from just by going up against Keenan in the slot day to day?
Yeah, so really, when they move people in and out of the slot, he's going to have to go against different skill sets, which I think is great. We talked about that when we drafted all these guys and acquired these guys about how that's going to help everybody. Because we do have different skill sets. DJ's different, than Rome, and then different than Keenan. They're all different skill sets. So it's going to be really good for him. And, the big body part that Keenan has and the craftiness that he has, that will certainly help, Kyler getting better. And Kyler's, been in there since day one. He's faced a lot of different guys. He's done very well since he's been here. And he's an exceptional player. And we're excited about his third year.
How's Rome progressing? What are you seeing as far as signs from him that he's catching on?
Yeah, he's much in the same category as all the rookies, as Caleb and all the guys. He's learned the concepts, understanding where it is. And I just asked him today, I said, what's your process, for summer in terms of learning and keep that beginner's mindset? What are you going to do? And I asked him during stretch, and he was like, well, I like to do, because they get the plays, of course, and they look at the play and then they draw the play. But he likes to actually go on the field, and to recite the play and then put himself in the position, in the motion, and then run the route as part of his conditioning. So I think that's a good way for him. And I think that was really mature on his part to be able to actually, discern and understand how he learns best. And the part about being a good learner is knowing how you learn best. And I think that he knows himself really well, very mature for his age. He's a wonderful teammate, and he's going to be exciting to watch.
How accurate are his routes so far? What are you seeing as far as where he needs to be?
I think pretty good for where he is in terms of the process of this. Only having so many reps, I think it's really good. I think it's almost exceptional because he's really doing a good job with a lot of things, and we're putting him in different positions, and he's moving around. And sure, he has the oh shoot, I'm on this side, I should be on that side. That's all learning process, but he'll get that.
There's been a lot of moving parts at right guard this spring, some due to necessity, some due to experimentation. When we've seen Pryor, Bates, Nate. How do you see that position sort of sorting itself out as you get closer to the regular season?
Yeah, don't know yet. I really don't know. I think that we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just thinking through my head a bunch of multiple combinations. I really don't know exactly what that could look like. Sure, we had Bates there. He's played there. Sheldon's played at center. Of course, Davis has played there. Tev's been on the other side. So there's, Pryor's been in and been out. So the versatility there is certainly helpful. And, Ryan did a really good job of having those pieces in there. So we don't, like last year or prior years, a guy goes down for a couple weeks, then we're like, oh, what are we going to do? So at least we have that flexibility now at the O-line position.
Nate isn't the expected starter?
I'm sorry?
Nate isn't the expected starter at right guard?
Yeah, he's been our starter, right? So I expect him to be in there.
It looked like he was in a ramp up period. Like, is there any concern that he won't be full go by training camp if he's dealing with something?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, obviously we'll have the medical meeting with Dre at the end of this whole process here, but again, I don't know that for 100%, but I haven't heard that or foreseen that.
Yesterday, Keenan told us that the defense was like a top 5 defense, and he also said defenses are annoying because they get to hoop and holler and all of that. What did you think of him saying that?
Well, it's good because it's really going to be good during training camp. Like I told the guys that, to get ready for a very competitive training camp, and because we have a lot of good skill sets on both sides, and we should really get after it. And that's the only way we're going to get ready for the first game, and then leading into that beginning part of the season is by really, being elite at competing against each other. So I do think that defenses that are good, they are annoying, and they do get under your skin a little bit because of the execution and the talking afterward and all that. And we allow guys to be themselves. It's we have our standards, and we understand that we're always going to be respectful of each other. when we're out there going against each other, and they do that.
Matt,
Is Ryan Griffin still in Italy?
No, you didn't see him?
I didn't see him out there.
He's slinging the ball out there, bro.
follow?
He's out there. No, he's been out there. I've been asking him, how he's doing, because it's a big change in time. I think it's 7-hour difference or whatever. So, but he's doing well.
Anyone else abroad, anybody?
Maybe, I don't know.
Jaylon Johnson, how did he go from a player where, I'm sure before you even walked in the door, you could see the talent? How did he go from talent to someone that you could trust to be a pillar of your defense?
Discipline and daily work habits. That's what he's done. And he showed that he had an area he needed to work on, and he got better at it. So he showed determination, and then he really showed his devotion and love for the game to me. And that's what he did. So determination, discipline, and devotion, that's what he showed.
When you're in a contract year and guys do that, some guys go the other way, which is they just kind of can't handle the pressure that comes with it. What does that say about Jaylon that he did it when the chips were down?
Yeah, just clutch, right? Clutch and consistency, that's what he is.
Matt, during these punting periods, do you find yourself entertained by your rookie punter at times?
Dude, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's like a trick shot guy. I mean, it's like wow, the spin he can put on it. The one he almost had right on. He had a couple on the one, of course, but the spin he can put on it, and really amazing. So it's fun to watch.
Thanks, guys.
All right.